the divine in me absolutely bows fully to the divine in you. Namaste. I bow to you because you have created a field of energy that has taken this great church that has done great things with great ministers to be revered. And you did what was undeniably powerful. You let go. You grieved it up. You cleaned it up. You cleared it up. You visioned it up. You faithed it up. You trusted it up. You let it up. And now your new vista of a vision of a new future, of God's newest plan for you, is being revealed. I honor you. You are a flagship church that is to be watched and admired. In the same circumstance, many crumble. So welcome in your hearts the celebration of what each of you in this field contributed to doing. And welcome in your hearts Reverend Joanne, who is God's ordained person to come with you and be open to saying yes to the next mission, the next vision, the next place that you will rise to and help rise the community. It is a field, and Rumi calls it a field. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. I'm getting teary-eyed standing on the stage where the idea of fields for love, creating fields for love came to me because I'm standing in the same place that Michael Beckwith was standing. And I feel his energy. And he led this fantastic meditation. And what came out of it for me was to create fields of love. And we know what a field of love is because when we go to a fantastic church service, we are uplifted in a field where a new consciousness comes through to us. And we are united in a way that there's an awakening, an awareness. It can happen also at a great concert. It can happen to us individually in what we do. Karen, when you bring a great idea to your clients, something new comes to them. There's a oneness that comes, that feeling of being in the zone. At the gay games, hopefully today, where Tom Spence is finally celebrating the culmination of his work, if the work is done successfully, there will also be a zone, a field of love and emancipation and new awareness and joy and celebration. We know this field of love. It is who we are, and we are being called now to bring and create new fields of love with whoever we are with, wherever we are, and whatever we're doing. And so I brought balloons today. I am a set decorator, you know. And I felt that they were the perfect metaphor. And it was synchronistic that it turned out to be the day of celebration too. So God is good. Would you say that with me? God is good. God brings celebration to us. And the balloon is a wonderful metaphor to show us how we can create fields of love wherever we go and with everyone we are with. And what it shows us is that we want to have a lightness of being. A lightness of being in whatever we are doing. And at the same time, we also want to be grounded in this world, realistic, present, in the moment. And then in this way of being present and grounded, and there is also a lightness of being, we know that we are at one with God, the divine, in the Christ consciousness. As Deborah so beautifully put it, we open our eyes with Christ's eyes, we open our ears with Christ's ears, and we are one in alignment with integrity and values, saying, yes, God, show me the way. I went to see the exhibit at the Cleveland Museum of Art, the Yoga of Transformation exhibit. Has anyone gone to see it? Yes, say that again. It was good, wasn't it? Really great exhibit. And what I learned there about yoga, or what came in more clearly. Now, who knows what the word yoga means?
Yoke.
Yoke. And union. It is union. And in yoga, there are 3 steps to transformation. And the first step is to take that awareness of the world, the grounded real world here, of which we have dominion and can be creator, but to bring those thoughts into focus, also known as bring the monkey mind into focus. So the first step of yoga is that, to quiet the mind and bring it into focus. The second step, richer step on the spiritual journey of a yogi, is to be present with a focused mind. This yogi is no longer of service to the mind, but the mind is of service to the yogi. And keep one pointed and peaceful. And the third step to transform, the final step of transformation, is when the yogi has the peaceful mind, keeps it quiet, and the eye, the third eye, opens up and discovers all is one, and I am one with all and everything. Take that in. And say to yourself, I am one with all and everything. I am one with God. And the oneness of God is me. Right here, right now. Say that again. The oneness of God is with me, in me, shining through me right now. There's nowhere you have to look for it. So, when I was little, my older sister Diane and I, we were like cohorts. And we had this story. And I would constantly say to her, tell me the story again. And she'd tell me the story. And we would just laugh and laugh and laugh. And then I'd say, well, tell it to me again. And over we'd tell the story. We'd laugh and laugh and laugh. So, here's the story. Mimi and I were walking down the railroad area, and Mimi was walking along the railroad tracks. I said, Mimi, get yourself off those railroad tracks. Because that train, it's going to come rumbling down. And that train's going to roll over you. And then your left arm's going to go this way. Your right arm's going to go that way. Your left leg's going to go this way. Your right leg's going to go that way. Mimi, get off those railroad tracks. Get off them now. Well, Mimi, she didn't listen to me. And the train came rumbling down the tracks. And it rolled over Mimi. And her left arm went over this way. And her right arm went over that way. And her left leg went over that way. And her right leg went over that way. And I said, Mimi, pull yourself together, Mimi. I don't know why we laughed at that. But we did, and we laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. But today, as I look at that story, and it came to me for this talk, which again I said, why is this coming to me? It's actually a really good spiritual tale. Because for us, we are asked to get off the track of seeing just things in this world, but to see through to the invisible. And when we see things in this world, what happens is our emotions are over here, and our judgments are over there, and our thoughts are over here, and our misconceptions or perceptions or things the way things should be are over here, and we're all over the place. And what we're asked to do is to pull ourselves together and to know that we are the divine. You are the divine. You are God here in this human form. We are told that many, many, many spiritual beings want to come to earth and live this life. And we are the ones that are chosen to have this wonderful experience. And we are of God, just as a cup of water has all the qualities of the entire ocean. So you and 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 all of us have all the qualities of the divine and wonderful God presence. You feel the vibration in you, the vibration of life. God-given life to come and create and bring a lightness of being. For those who get caught up in this world and do not believe the invisible, the judgments, the frustrations, the emotions, the thoughts, the feelings they get tangled up, and instead of being such as this, they become such as this. And this is their world. And this is how they see things. And this is their experience of this life, no longer so divine. And this is other people's experience of them too. But when we remember who we are, and have a lightness of being because the divine one, that which is God, which is guiding us, which is eternal and everywhere, a higher consciousness, will unfold and manage our lives for us. That we can relax in the things of this realm and know that in divine time, all is well. All is well. Just say yes. So imagine if you were Abraham from the Bible. He wasn't Abraham. Do you know he was first known as Abram, which means noble father, which was sort of weird for him because he wasn't even a father. He was the first to listen to a voice that came to him and said something, gave him direction. Because at that time, it was a time of pantheism. There were many gods. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is one, the Lord our God is one. That didn't exist yet. And he was an anomaly. But he heard from this invisible force that promised to bless him and bless all that blessed him, and dishonored those who would discredit him, and to make him a great nation. And he listened to that invisible force, and he left his country, he left his kin, he left his father's home, and followed the invisible, the divine one. He took with him Sarah, who was Sarai at the time, and he took with him his nephew Lot, and servants and possessions, and then they went off. And for a while during the famine, they went to Egypt, but they ended up in Canaan. And they were doing well there, so well there actually that in the lands that they were in, their servants, Lot and Abram's servants, started to have a conflict because it got too small for everyone. And so Abram knew it was time to separate and talked to Lot and said, let us separate, there's plenty of land. Take a look. And Abram, unselfish, unfearful of his future, because he was connected to the one that promised, no worry, great things. He said, Lot, you take your choice. Lot was more worried of this world and of this world. He went out and he looked and he said, that land there, that's the greenest land. I'm taking the best for me and mine. And so he chose Sodom and Gomorrah. Little did he know. And he went off there, and it turned out to be, as you may know, very wicked. And there was strife there, and there was war there. And he ended up being made captive. One of his servants escaped and told Abram, Lot and his wife, they're being held captive. It's terrible. All their possessions are gone. The place is in ruins. Abram didn't even blink. He gathered his men, 318 of them, and went to fight and save his nephew, which he did. And he brought him back, and as he did so, the first thing he did was to tithe to a high priest. God saw what he did, the purity of all of his actions, and said, Abram, I'm going to make a new covenant with you now. And this is what he said. The Lord said to Abram, after Lot had left him, lift up now your eyes and look from the place where you are, northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which you see, I will give to you and your posterity forever. And I will make your descendants like the stars in the night sky. So if you could count the stars in the night sky, then could your descendants also be counted. Arise, walk through the land, the length of it and the breadth of it, for I will give it to you. Soon thereafter, Abram, noble father, became Abraham, father of nations. I share the story with you because you are on the threshold of a new beginning. And it's really the start of a new opportunity to grow into a new level of consciousness. And as you do so, it is possible that you too are being called to create fields of love with everyone, everywhere that you are at. Charles Fillmore said that when a man holds the indwelling Christ, he is raised out of Adam, A-D-A-M, Adam consciousness or dark consciousness into Christ consciousness. And so to create these fields of love, we are invited to remember from right now that we do not seek the Christ consciousness, we are the Christ consciousness. We do not seek higher levels of consciousness, we bring that in. We are the Christ divine. Look to the person near you or next to you and say, we are the oneness of God within us. Now, when you get this, your life is going to change. If you've gotten it already, your life will change. So when you look to your partner again, this time say, no, no, no. We are the oneness of the divine within us. Because when you know that you're the oneness of the divine within, then the world around you know is in human form, but that you come from a place that it is like the balloons. There are angels, there is grace, there is love supporting and surrounding you in everything. And though in this world there may be challenge, you may be asked to do something like Abram was asked to do beyond what he thought. Leave his country, his home, his father's house. You may be asked to stretch, like Reverend Joanne said. And yet, you will be prospered through to posterity. And you know that within, because the eternal God is within you right here now and always. I heard Robin Robertson on Masterclass, and she said that there's 3 types of prayers. I think Abraham knew this. There's 3 types of God's answer to prayer. The first answer is yes. The second answer is not yet. And the third answer is, just wait. I've got something so much better for you. On this threshold of a new beginning in your church, I say, congratulations. God's got lots of fabulous stuff in store for you. The best is yet to come. Namaste.